Ahoy hoy!
Hello.
Ash and Andy here, live from Eugene, Oregon. Today we'll also be reading from the book written by R.M. Drake, Detoxify. We're on chapter 12. I thought I'd share a little bit. Chapter 12. On nights you feel unlovable, finding warmth within. There will be nights like this, nights when the quiet is loud and the darkness seems to whisper all the doubts you carry. You might lie in bed, staring at the ceiling, and feel a hollow ache that says, "No one loves me. Maybe no one ever will. Maybe something is wrong with me." These thoughts tend to creep in when the world is still, when distractions fade, and you're left with just yourself. It's a lonely feeling, a coldness that starts in your chest and radiates outward. In these moments, you might pull the covers up tight and still feel a chill that isn't in the air, but in your soul. This chapter, this voice, wants to be the warmth you hold on, wants to be the warmth you hold to your chest on those nights. A gentle presence, reminding you that you are not alone and that the voice of self-doubt is not telling you the truth. First, let's acknowledge the pain. Feeling unlovable hurts in a very deep way. It's not just sadness, it's a feeling of being fundamentally not enough. Not good enough to be cherished, not important enough to be chosen. Often this feeling is a scar left by past hurts, perhaps by people who were supposed to love you but didn't know how, or by rejections and losses that seem to, quote, prove that you weren't worth loving. These are lies that pain told you. Yes, lies, but they feel real in the dark. I want you to gently shine a light on them. Gently shine a light on them now. You are worthy of love. Not because anything you've done or haven't done, but simply because you exist. The failures of others to love you properly say nothing about your inherent worthiness. Remember that even the kindest, brightest souls in the world have felt unloved or have been mistreated. It didn't mean they were unlovable, and neither are you. On these lonely nights, one of the most healing things you can do is offer love to yourself. I know that might sound cliche or even pointless when what you crave is love from someone else, but think of it this way. There's a wounded child inside you at this moment, crying out in the dark. But think of it this way. There's a wounded child inside you at this moment, crying out in the dark, believing they are unlovable. Would you leave a hurt child alone in their pain? No, you would comfort them. You would wrap them in a blanket, speak softly, and tell them they are precious and loved. In the absence of someone else doing that, in the absence of someone doing that for you right now, you can do it for your inner self. It might feel awkward at first, but try something tender. Place your hand on your heart or give yourself a little hug. Yes, physically wrap your arms around yourself. Breathe deeply and say, either in your mind or aloud, words you most need to hear. I am loved. I am worthy. I am here for you. You may feel tears when you do this, and that's okay. It's the relief of being seen and soothed, even if it's by yourself. Sometimes external comfort helps too. Make yourself a warm drink or hold a soft pillow or stuffed blanket to your chest. Play music that feels like a hug. Maybe a gentle lullaby or a favorite slow song that has always calmed you. Dimming the lights and lighting a candle can create a space that feels sacred and safe. These are small actions, but they can signal to your weary heart that you care about its pain. You create a cocoon of warmth for yourself. Within that cocoon, allow the possibility that you are loved by the universe, by the little acts of kindness in your day, by your own resilient spirit that has carried you this far. Reflect on those who do care about you, even if it's not in the romantic or deep way you long for right now. Maybe it's a friend who's always checks in, or a pet that adores you, or a family member who tries their best. Let their love count. Let it remind you that you make a difference just by being you, and if at times you truly feel there is no one, remember that you have yourself, and you are learning to be a safe harbor for your own heart. This is not a consolation prize. It is a powerful and necessary kind of love. The relationship you build with yourself sets the foundation for every other relationship. When you treat yourself with gentleness on those rough nights, you are healing the very part of you that others fail to heal. It's also important to realize that feelings are transient. The despair of 2 a.m. can lift by morning. You might wake up and find the world a bit brighter, your heart not quite as heavy. That's the nature of these things, the ebb and flow. So when you are in the thick of that nighttime hopelessness, whisper to yourself, this is how I feel right now, but it's not how I will feel forever. Trust that dawn will bring a slightly brighter perspective. Every time you endure one of these nights and come out on the other side, you prove that the feeling of being unlovable is survivable and temporary. More than that, you erode its power. You show yourself that you can provide warmth to your own cold places. Over time, the narrative in your mind can change. The next time you thought, I am unlovable surfaces, you might meet it with gentle defiance. No, that's just old pain talking. I know I am loved and lovable in my own way. On those nights, if nothing else, remember this. Somewhere in the world, someone felt just like you. Someone felt just like you do, and made it through till morning. You are joined invisibly to all the tender hearts who keep beating through the lonely nights. And if you reach out, perhaps through prayer or writing your feelings out and imagining them reaching others, you might even feel that collective warmth. You are part of the human story, and none of us is truly loveless, even when it feels that way.
I am here with you, in spirit, on those nights, holding the warmth of these words to your chest. You are lovable, you are enough, and you are going to be okay. The dawn will come, and you will feel the quiet truth of these words in your bones. You deserve a love that doesn't have to be earned or begged for. Start by giving that love to yourself, over and over, until the night passes and the light returns. Reflection. To support yourself on the difficult nights, write down a short list of truths to read when you feel uncomfortable and unlovable. For example, I am worthy of love. This feeling will pass. I have people who care about me, like, and then name a few. Keep it by your bed or on your phone for easy access. Plan a comforting nighttime routine for hard days. It could include making your bed extra cozy with a special blanket or more pillows, listening to a calming playlist, or reading an encouraging passage like parts of this book or something else uplifting. Consider reaching out in those moments of loneliness. Send a message to a trusted friend saying, I just needed to say hello. Or if no one is available, write a post-it note of encouragement to your future self, like, hey, you'll get through this. Love me. Small connections, even with yourself, remind you that you are cared for and valued.
That's true. Thanks, Ash.
Thank you, Andy.
This is Exodus chapter 15 from the New Living Translation. A Song of Deliverance. Then Moses and the people of Israel sang this song to the Lord. I will sing to the Lord, for he has triumphed gloriously. He has hurled both horse and rider into the sea. The Lord is my strength and my song. He has given me victory. This is my God, and I will praise him, my father's God, and I will exalt him. The Lord is a warrior. Yahweh is his name. Pharaoh's chariots and army he has hurled into the sea. The finest of Pharaoh's officers are drowned in the Red Sea. The deep waters gushed over them. They sank to the bottom like a stone. Your right hand, O Lord, is glorious in power. Your right hand, O Lord, smashes the enemy. In the greatness of your majesty, you overthrow those who rise against you. You unleash your blazing fury. It consumes them like straw. At the blast of your breath, the waters piled up. The surging waters stood straight like a wall. In the heart of the sea, the deep waters became hard. The enemy boasted, I will chase them and catch up with them. I will plunder them and consume them. I will flash my sword. My powerful hand will destroy them. But you blew your breath, and the sea covered them. They sank like lead in the mighty waters. Who is like you among the gods, O Lord, glorious in holiness, awesome in splendor, performing great wonders? You raised your right hand, and the earth swallowed our enemies. With your unfailing love, you lead the people you have redeemed. In your might, you guide them to your sacred home. The peoples hear and tremble. Anguish grips those who live in Philistia. The leaders of Edom are terrified. The nobles of Moab tremble. All who live in Canaan melt away. Terror and dread fall upon them. The power of your arm makes them lifeless as stone. Until your people pass by, O Lord, until the people you purchased pass by. They have raised, you will bring them in and plant them on your own mountain, the place, O Lord, reserved for your own dwelling, the sanctuary, O Lord, that your hands have established. The Lord will reign forever and ever. When Pharaoh's horses, chariots, and charioteers rushed into the sea, the Lord brought the water crashing down on them. But the people of Israel had walked through the middle of the sea on dry ground. Then Miriam, the prophet, Aaron's sister, took a tambourine and led all the women as they played their tambourines and danced, and Miriam sang this song. Sing to the Lord, for he has triumphed gloriously. He has hurled both horse and rider into the sea. Bitter water at Marah. Then Moses led the people of Israel away from the Red Sea, and they moved out into the desert of Shur. They traveled in this desert for 3 days without finding any water. When they came to the oasis at Marah, the water was too bitter to drink, so they called the place Marah, which means bitter. Then the people complained and turned against Moses. What are we going to drink? They demanded. So Moses cried out to the Lord for help, and the Lord showed him a piece of wood. Moses threw it into the water, and this made the water good to drink.
A piece of wood solved the problem, huh?
I'm wondering if it was able to soak up whatever was making it bitter. I don't know. Moses threw it into the water, and this made the water good to drink. It was there at Marah that the Lord set before them the following decree as a standard to test their faithfulness to him. He said, if you will listen carefully to the voice of the Lord your God, and do what is right in his sight, obeying his commands and keeping all his decrees, then I will not make you suffer any of the diseases I sent on the Egyptians, for I am the Lord who heals you. After leaving Marah, the Israelites traveled on to the oasis of Elim, where they found 12 springs and 70 palm trees. They camped there beside the water.
Almost sounded like an ultimatum. Believe in me, exalt me, or I'll smite you with the illnesses I gave the Egyptians.
Yep.
Sounded like a do it or else. Like, these people now worship under duress because they're afraid of having what happened to the Egyptians happen to them. That's not true belief. That's like a lord or a ruler of an area, principality, who abuses the people and considers them slaves and mistreats them, and thinks that he has respect or whatever from them. But that's a different level of respect than a lord or somebody in charge who has cared for subjects once that they've made sure that the needs are met, or at least that they're not abusing them and stuff. The level of devotion or respect or actual loyalty from a subject who is stomped in the dirt and hungry and beaten or whatever is going to be very shallow compared to the loyalty offered by somebody who is cared for, believes that they're worthwhile, and an actual part of the system that makes it all beneficial for everybody. Like, it's a very different mindset that could be crafted depending on how the subjects are treated.
Yeah.
And this was an absolute ultimatum that said, well, believe in me, pray about me, worship me, know that I'm the one, or I'll smite you with all these diseases.
He said he won't smite you.
If you believe.
Yeah.
So that...
They keep believing and then forgetting. So, I don't know what else.
But it's one of those,
they kept falling away.
Demanding the belief is not the right way to go about getting it.
It seems outlandish.
Like,
it's pretty strict. I mean, like, everybody that had this law of Moses, they were like living and dying by it. Like, they were told to kill people for their sins.
So eventually, victims of domestic violence will leave if they're having to obey under duress all the time.
Ah.
This commandment to you must pray to me, worship me, obey me, whatever, or else.
He gave a lot of other big promises. Too,
that's just subjugating them all in a very bad light.
It does. Well, I just like that part though about it. I mean, I'm not afraid of like the bad stuff because he promised so much good too. So I mean, for me, it's not that hard to believe. A lot of people were under this law though, and were like, "It's impossible for us to do this." You know what I mean?
I certainly wouldn't believe because I was told I had to.
Right.
Or told that I was going to be given some deadly disease. That wouldn't make me believe. That would piss me off. And that would make me want to do all the opposite in some way to prove whoever wrong. I would not just be like, yes, I believe. That's not how that works. Under duress, no. I don't care what you're promising.
So that seemed like they were under duress.
Yeah. I don't care what is in this happy, shiny pile of, yay, look at what I'm giving you. There's this poo that's hanging out that's, oh, if you don't, take my gifts and all this, I'm going to shit on you. That makes them want to choose, well, not want to, but that makes them have to pretend that they're choosing to obey, to follow, and pretend obedience doesn't last very long. It's not true belief. I don't think
it actually counts either. Because he says he can see our hearts.
But he's forcing them to do it this way by saying, I'm gonna smite all of you with like this nasty diseases or illnesses or whatever the fuck we did to the Egyptians. Oh, and by the way, I'm all powerful. I could just smite an entire race. So you better obey. Like, I'd find a way to get out of that country or state or land or, I would fucking leave.
He's trying to give them a new land.
I wouldn't take it under that type of commandment.
Some of them didn't.
I'd be peace out, bitch. I'll go die in the rocks. I'm
Some
not
of them wanted to go back.
Yeah, I'm not following that.
They'd rather have their old slave masters.
At least then it was obvious what was going to happen, like, and what were the rules and the strictures. With this omnipotent being, he can just smite an entire race for, what, a little bit of, we don't believe in you?
I think it was more than that.
But that's the point that he's making in this, you need to believe me or else I'll smite all of you. That's
totally understandable.
That's the basic line I heard from some of that was, must follow or else.
Just one chapter out of this whole book isn't going to cover the scope of what we're trying to reason.
Yeah. Sorry to stop you. I just
Not at
that
all.
seemed like a
Thank you.
pertinent point.
You sharpened me.
That was
a
belief
lot.
under duress, which is not actual belief.
There was lots of duress going on in the Old Testament.
Yeah.
And I think there's more to come.
Yeah, I remember reading some of the Old Testament, and I remember thinking, I don't want this God. If this is the thing that everybody's like, yay, I'm out. I'm not signing up for this. It was absolutely heinous, some of the stuff that I remember reading, and I'm just...
Yeah.
I can't subscribe to that. That doesn't fit anything I want to follow. Very much the opposite. That's how I went in well prepared when I went to Easter Sunday, and I very much upset the youth pastor. Because I asked him to reconcile the heinous behavior and attitude and condescending nature with the I love you. What? Fuck you with a stick. I'm sorry I don't follow your bipolarness. I just...
He's harsh with his enemies.
But what... Sometimes the line of what is you were an okay person, now you're an enemy, is sometimes really shady to those who aren't the omnipotent being.
Right.
So
Yeah.
they could be doing fine one minute, they're fine, and then they all wake up the next day and well, they're fucked because
They thought they were fine.
they thought they were fine.
Yeah.
And it turns out they're all smited now because of someone's fuckery. And because what offends an omnipotent being? What offends a dude?
Well, later on, it
smite the whole
describes
race?
that he has more mercy on people that didn't really know they were doing that bad. Like they thought they were just fine.
Oh.
And then someone who actually knew they were doing wrong and did it anyways, that they get a worse punishment.
Either way, both are punished. So who's to classify worse punishment?
Well,
Sorry.
out of all those who forget God, I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
What about the ones who never had him in the first place?
Right.
It's not a forgetting, was never there.
Yeah.
Like, because for whatever reason, the doctrine wasn't introduced right away.
Sure.
Like, the Christians didn't come and say, hey, we have the
It's like a big game I don't understand. I'm not a big gamer. You know what I mean? Some are fun.
You're not a strategist?
Surely no. Especially not
on that scale.
really not on any scale. But it doesn't make sense to me, all of it.
The doctrine?
Yeah.
Huh.
Why does evil even exist? Just so we can appreciate the good? That's hard to believe.
Because of that free will bullshit that was supposedly handed out.
Still have. Kind of.
And some people choose to use said free will for the betterment of themselves and the detriment of others.
No,
and supposedly that's allowed. Like, within the greater structure created because of the free will bullshit.
Allowed for now.
I would
think that they're getting away with it.
If I were a creator of a bunch of little people, and this one person started acting up and being a little dick to everybody else, I wouldn't just let him keep being a little dick. I'd yoink him out of there, find some way to punish the little fuck. I wouldn't allow it to...
kind of the point of what they were doing at first.
But singular, I wouldn't punish an entire race for one dude being a twat.
Well, they didn't always admit to it, the one guy. So they had...
It's God! He can see whatever the fuck, right?
Maybe he was trying to get them to be honest.
I can't see So trying to get one guy to be honest, he punishes an entire race. Yeah, I don't want to subscribe to that God either.
Did you ever have a class in school or something with like parents where there was like a group of kids and they all got in trouble because of something bad one did?
Yes. Absolutely. And that's
Where do you
retarded.
think they got the idea from?
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
That's an absolutely moronic
There's times in the Bible where God said he was going to kill everyone and then didn't. And he said he changed his mind.
Yeah,
Because someone spoke up.
I would never follow a god like that.
Because someone spoke up. The people
I'll
didn't
just
even
kill all
follow.
of you.
They didn't even follow him.
I couldn't subscribe to somebody that would just be bipolar like that. That seems absolutely crazy. 1 minute he's like, I'll just kill all of you. Oh, you got something to say? Okay, never mind. What?
I don't know. I mean, if he's
What's the logic
he's
behind
such a great god, maybe he's just bored with stuff that's so easy.
In which case, even still, we're all done. Why even bother?
Well, you ask me like I know the answer.
I'm just speculating out into the ether if anybody's listening. Like, for real, because...
He's listening.
What? Any answers?
It says that anyone, that the people that talk about him and his name,
him with a capital H.
Jesus, the Lord, God, talk about God, it says that he writes our names in a special book.
No, I'm gonna fuck their couch later.
No, it's a good. You want to get your name in there.
Spoke up.
It's the book of life. If you're in that one, we're not gonna get all the full trials and tribulations that's coming on the world. If there is God, I want to be on his team. You know what I mean?
Not with the way it's been described.
Maybe I don't agree with everything he says and does, but I like the benefits. Benefits are good. I surely know I can't be like God. I don't have the wisdom to know who to kill and who not to. I mean,
what wisdom is that? He's just acting on a feeling.
People,
I'm so mad.
If he's punishing people that are wicked and saving other people, I think the other people that are still around shouldn't really care about the ones that aren't here anymore.
I've seen quite a few wicked people not get punished in any way.
Right. This is an eternal punishment he's talking about.
No. The people I'm talking about act like they're emotionally high on the hog.
Oh,
and that they're all great, and some of them even think they're connected to God.
Act like. That's the thing.
Some of them even say they're more connected to God. So, sorry. I can't subscribe to a God who would allow wicked people to be like, I'm great! Because of you. No, you're not. You're still a twat.
It's not a subscription.
Some of them seem to think it is. They can just sign up for a few weeks and be absolved of their baloney because they purchased a magazine. I don't know, man. I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid today.
I know. No, you're not.
Because the descriptions just paint a picture of an absolutely nutbag of a deity that you're all trying to worship. There's no sanity there. And I guess if you live for a millennia, like, there wouldn't be any sanity there because you'd think outside the realm of human logic, but fuck, I can't even half follow that logic. So I threw you all off. I'm sorry.
No one's asking you to follow anyone's logic.
That's because there ain't no logic to it, like I said. Some of the stories in those books, there's absolutely no logic between some of the bits.
Well, the way I think about it is, he takes them out, God acts right, and it seems so horrendous. Some of these stories, you know?
Huh?
And I share your view on that. It's crazy. But I also think a little bit more outside of the box of, like, right now, a physical realm, like, we have a spirit. What happened to their spirits? Well, it says they were in prison. Some people call it hell. It's in the Bible, it's called both.
Uh-huh.
And he saved people out of that prison later on. So they didn't actually die completely. Their bodies died, he saves their spirit though. Somehow, maybe it was their punishment, or maybe it was like a limbo, or like you failed, you died. I'm still the God who saves, so he saves. They still get to be redeemed, because they're still his people. They're still his people. But
he smited them all.
He said he would. If they didn't do the things he said, which were like, do not kill, do not this, do not that, all those rules, And we're like,
but also worship me, me, pretend that I'm the best.
It doesn't even say worship; it says love.
Worship no idol above
love
me.
And serve. Yeah.
So that translates into worship me.
Well, it did say worship. Yeah, it said in worship me only. Yeah.
So
it did say that.
That is part of the commandments, right? Worship me or else. And the or else is I'll kill you. That's a shit deal.
Well, I don't even pay attention to the I'll kill you part. Because I already worshipped him. I mean, he's God. What else you can do to him? that or else I'll kill you part isn't for the ones that already loved him. He just had to say that because it was a law. That reading was.
But he followed through with it. It wasn't.
When they were making laws.
It wasn't just a statement. It was he's done it. Wiped out several races. Bye, bitch.
Yep.
Peace.
Yeah, I mean this back and forth we're having goes on forever on what happened.
Yeah.
And it's up to today now, and no one can. Who can say all the things that are the facts that we can say what's real? I know I can't. I mean, I can't recite everything. I'm not a historian. I wasn't there.
I wasn't there either. I can only know what I know from personal experience and those who suffered and those who I know who believed but still suffered and those who I know who didn't believe and who sinned and sinned and sinned and then suddenly claimed to believe and nothing matters about all of their bad. They're suddenly in a good place.
I think when we actually get to meet them, whether believers or not, we're all going to have a different opinion at that point.
There's going to be a coming to Jesus moment?
Yeah. Everyone gets to meet him.
I thought it was supposed to be St. Peter at the pearly gates.
No, it says Jesus holds the keys to death and Hades.
And Hades transports you from here to south. Fiery land. So why would Jesus hold the keys to Hades' transport? That's weird.
So he could let us out.
People are going in there and he's just, here, open the gate. Let y'all back out.
He said he was the gate.
If that's the case, I don't want to go to a heaven if it's filled with a bunch of people who were in hell. If he's opened the gate and let all those sinners and wicked people join the rest of us.
And then the ones that were like,
You
think anybody stayed? I think there were some people that were like,
I deserve it. I belong here.
You wanted to be there. They're that messed up that they chose death instead of life. But he gives people what they want. Some people choose good and some people choose bad. I don't think it's all to blaming God. I just don't understand it all. I wish I had a good answer myself for all your questions.
This one was just a point that if Jesus is opening the gates of hell and absolving the sinners and wicked of their sins so that they can be freed from the depths of their own hellacious undermaking, where do they go? Do they then go to purgatory, the limbo space between? Do they go to their own middle place?
Well,
or do they get to join those in heaven?
He said they get to enter the kingdom of heaven one must repent.
Ah.
So it's not just that the door was open for them, but to get through it, they had to turn away from the bad that they had been choosing previously.
Well, just to get into heaven, but they could still
The
get out
kingdom
of.
of heaven.
But they could still get out of hell into some like purgatory middle ground again.
That's kind of like what the kingdom of heaven is, I think.
Purgatory?
Yep.
Oh.
Or we're kind of waiting for it to actually show up. We're entered, but it's kind of like we're in the backstage waiting room.
Yeah.
Like some people think like that's the grave or that's life now. And, you know, it's like, it's not another place. It's like we're put on hold because we're not the show. We're just part of it.
Huh.
And we have a turn in life and play our part. And then they have a resting place for so long. And then when the end comes, then we all show up because we're going to wake up. It says we're going to wake up out of our graves.
Huh. What happens to people who get cremated?
Well, it says that our bodies are transformed, so they're going to get their new body, whether it's from ashes or dust or wherever they ended up. They get transformed too.
Okay.
Because everything in this world and this realm
ceases.
Says the sky is going to be rolled up like a scroll.
Huh.
And that the earth will pass away. And that there's going to be new heaven and new earth. It's like the better one. It's like the forever version. Your forever home. Where there's no hope, then, like you're saying, it seemed to be hopeless. But there is hope.
Huh.
Like you said, it hurts. And, you know, who was smiling when it was pain?
All right.
How's that saying go? Where there's pain, it's just a reminder that you're alive.
Yeah. Pain is for the living.
Pain is for the living.
Only the dead don't feel it.
Yep.
That's a Jim Butcher quote.
Pain is for the living. Only the dead don't feel it.
Yeah. I have those books if you're ever interested in listening to them / reading them. Audiobook.
Oh, Jim Butcher? I think that's right.
Dresden Files. They follow Harry Dresden, wizard, Chicago.
Oh, this one. Yeah, I've heard of this now.
We've talked about it.
We watched it a little.
We listened
to it.
Yes.
It's like watching with your mind's eye.
Yes.
All right, well, we're in John. Sorry. Wow, that was a bad Freudian slip. John, the Gospel of John, chapter 3. This is like a way fast forward from Moses.
Yeah.
This is thousands of years later, supposedly. There was now a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. This man came to Jesus by night and said unto him, Rabbi, we know ye, thou art a teacher come from God. For no man could do these miracles that thou doest, except God were with him. Jesus answered and said unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of God. Nicodemus said unto him, How can a man be born which is old? Can he enter into his mother's womb again and be born? Jesus answered, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except that a man be born of water and of the Spirit, he cannot enter into the kingdom of God. That which is born of flesh is flesh, and that is born of the Spirit is spirit. Marvel not that I said to thee, Ye must be born again. The wind bloweth where it listeth, and thou hearest the sound thereof, but canst not tell whence it cometh, and whither it goeth. So is every man that is born of the Spirit. Nicodemus answered and said unto him, How can these things be? Jesus answered and said unto him, Art thou a teacher of Israel, and knowest not these things? Verily, verily, I say unto thee, we speak that we know, and testify that we have seen, but ye receive not our witness. If when I tell you earthly things, ye believe not, how should ye believe if I shall tell you of heavenly things? For no man ascendeth up to heaven, but he that hath descended from heaven, that Son of Man which is in heaven. And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, so must that Son of Man be lifted up, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have eternal life. For God so loved the world, hath given his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. For God sent not his Son into the world that he should condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. He that believed in him is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned already, because he hath not believed in the name of that only begotten Son of God. And this is the condemnation, that light came into the world, and men loved darkness rather than that light, because their deeds were evil. For every man that evil doeth hateth the light, neither cometh to light, lest his deeds should be reproved. But he that doeth truth cometh to the light, that his deeds might be made manifest, that they are wrought according to God. After these things came Jesus and his disciples into the land of Judea, and there tarried with them, and baptized. And John also baptized in Enon, beside Salem, because there was much water there. And they came and were baptized, for John was not yet cast into prison. Then there arose a question between John's disciples and the Jews about purifying. And they came unto John and said unto him, Rabbi, he that was with thee beyond Jordan, to whom thou bearest witness, behold, he baptizeth, and all men come to him. John answered and said, A man can receive nothing except it be given him from heaven. Ye yourselves are my witnesses, that I said, I am not that Christ, but that I am sent before him. He that hath the bride is the bridegroom. But the friend of the bridegroom, which standeth and heareth him, rejoiceth greatly, because of the bridegroom's voice. This my joy therefore is fulfilled. He must increase, but I must decrease. He that is come from and high is above all. He that is of the earth is of the earth, and speaketh of the earth. He that is come from heaven is above all. And what he hath seen and heard, that he testifieth. But no man receiveth his testimony. He that hath received his testimony hath sealed that God is true. For he whom God hath sent speaketh the words of God. For God giveth him not the Spirit by measure. The Father loveth the Son, and hath given all things into his hand. He that believeth in the Son hath everlasting life, and he that obeyeth not the Son shall not see life, but the wrath of God abideth on him. This concludes John chapter 3. Thank you for listening.
I made a comment. But you also got a couple of other comments.
Very good. Let's see. What up? Yeah. Good night.
Good night.